on the one hand, cruise ships, hotels, restaurants, convention-based businesses, not a good year for those tenants and for those entities, and to the extent they pay rent to the port, that's been a particularly challenging part of our book of business. Luckily, we're also quite diversified, provide a lot of cargo, marine terminals. Dole is still shipping billions of bananas every year. We're still handling a lot of cargo. Shipbuilders and ship repair is still thriving. Hundreds of thousands of cars from Asia still coming. And so, we're sort of just navigating all of that. Luckily, as an organization, we had substantial financial reserves, which we have used this year. I think this is the definition of a rainy day as it relates to public entities, and so we've used that. The big question is this summer really the beginning again of some form of normalcy? That's the optimistic view and maybe the base case, but who the heck knows?
Has this financial crunch inhibited your ability to do what you feel is necessary for the port to do for the people of San Diego?
So we have a need to spend money to maintain these lands, and we've been able to do that. We have definitely cut a lot of expenses. We've deferred certain capital projects. We've instituted a hiring freeze. Our employees have given back pay increases. So there has been sacrifice, but in terms of delivering those services, we've continued. In fact, these parks and this open space and access to the waterfront has been particularly important during the pandemic because, that's some safe outdoor socially distanced activities that we can do.
When you think of the year ahead, what do you think of?
Continued navigation of the pandemic and continuing on with those services. The port, is responsible for tens of thousands of jobs, cargo and goods that are important for San Diego and for our region and for the country, frankly. So continuing on all of that is number one. Number two, we've got some transitions at the port that are happening. We have some new commissioners. We have a new president and CEO. Third, we have a number of projects in the pipeline, some high-profile projects related to reimagining Seaport Village, the Chula Vista Bayfront project, and a number of others that are important. And then for me personally, the initiative this year that I've really identified and I'm going to be working on is clean air. The port obviously engages in a lot of activities that affect our environment, and particularly as it relates to diesel truck trips through some portside communities.
If you think about the port today, and then think about where the port will be in 5 years, what transition can we expect?
Well, I think for starters, we could be on our way to a fully electrified port. And not just in terms of diesel truck traffic, but that's something that is a possibility within the next decade. And to get there in 10 years, we have to start now with charging infrastructure, with shore power and microgrids, and dealing with cruise ships and everything else. And so I think you'll see an energy and a greenhouse gas emission and diesel emission transformation of the port over the next 5 to 10 years.